It's all good. It's all good. Everything is moving forward and changing exactly how it's supposed to be. And everyone's experiencing things exactly how it's supposed to be. But there is a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes. And it's a massive, massive collective. And that's why Joanne wants to always try and honor the people who are working. She does honor the beings who are doing the work behind the scenes to help humanity, to help the people.
And who are these beings that do things behind the scenes?
Us.
Okay. How many of us are there to make this happen?
How high can you count, and then times that by how high you can count?
Wow. So it looks like this is a pretty big show then.
Yeah, Joanne's laughing because I think I can count to about 120. But it's much more than that.
Okay, yeah, definitely. That's an important job.
It's really impactful because it's like there's this ripple effect. Imagine the biggest ocean that you can see, and it's completely flat, and there is no waves, and you drop a pebble, and the pebble is so profound that the ripple effect ripples out and out and out and out and out.
And what causes this ripple effect?
It's like the awakening of humanity's consciousness.
Okay.
Self-aware.
And how is this happening?
So much stuff is happening to force people to awaken.
Like what?
Everyone's belief systems are being challenged at every level. No human is not going to be triggered, and they have to work through their triggers to move profoundly forward. Religion is going to be challenged. Politics are going to be challenged. Healthcare is going to be challenged. The environment's going to be challenged. Any single one person who's an adult who gives a fuck about trying to be an adult, who wants to be educated in what's happening in the world, because that's what grown-ups feel like they need to do. They need to be aware of the news, be bracing themselves for what's coming next, and they all know what's coming next, but they don't know. They're afraid. They're afraid. They're afraid. They're so fucking terrified, afraid that something is going to get them. But what they don't understand is that what is coming to get them is enlightenment.
Wow. How can we take away the fear?
We can't do shit. They have to do it for themselves.
Okay.
They have to work within themselves to realize that what they have been told is lies. They have to start thinking for themselves. They have to get themselves out of the box, out of the apartments, out of their homes. They have to start connecting to their communities. They need to have a cause. They need to start rallying together. They actually need to have something in common with their fellow man to go, no, we don't want to vote for Trump. No, we don't want these viruses. No, 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 no. And they feel so suddenly outraged, and they want to live, and they want to protest, that it actually causes them to connect profoundly to others, even like-minded people, even total strangers, where they feel like they have one thing in common. It is about having a conversation, even if it's about the virus that's happening. They are talking to strangers about it. They're afraid together. But what is happening is they feel like they can talk to strangers and connect profoundly. And they both recognize the fear that they have, and they both will say something positive like, hope we don't get it. We should be protected. We know a plan. And it's about changing their fear systems. They will start talking about the flu virus. They will start talking about a whole lot of stuff. And because they are talking to people and they all have the same vibration, connecting with each other differently than they ever have before, even though it's fear and they are still connecting, and that's always going to be greater than the fear itself. And so that's why we'll be pushing them, is because we wanted them to fucking talk. They don't talk about the fucking good things. They only talk about the drama, the fear, the worry, the tragedies, the natural disasters, all the things that they're fucking so addicted to. They're addicted to the drama of it. So while we don't like that, we knew that's how we could play them. We find that very funny.
Can you see how the awakening will happen? Do you guys have a plan up there?
So it is just like a contagious thing. One person has an experience, say for the flu virus, for example. The flu vaccine, which they get pushed, has made people so sick, so sick, so sick. They know it intuitively. And this is what scares them the most, is that the vaccine and the flu, the coronavirus, they know something's not right. There is this disbelief. There is this fear. And when it was produced into the awareness of humanity, a lot of disinformation of the whole thing was also released. It will be uncovered. It will make people wake up and realize that the fear they have been under was just a facade, and the connections that they had with the people when they were talking about this still remains, but the fear will drop when more information gets out. Truth always gets out. And while we have been working on the earth to create the higher vibrations to help humanity have a kickstart, everyone is naturally waking up.
That's amazing, of all the connections that you guys are doing behind the scenes to make this happen.
It has to happen. The earth is changing, it is shifting, it is needing our support. Humanity is needing our support, and by now, because we have all worked so hard with humanity, we all have chips in this game, and this is why I referenced our ship as being a casino black and white checker thing. It's all the mix. It's all of us combined. It's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of support. There's a lot of people watching. A lot of beings watching this situation, because we're curious of how this is going to go, because it's exciting to have a successful transition. It's important for so many things.
What are those things?
The people who have got different DNA, they need to go back to their home. So we are nurturing them here on earth for them to have all these experiences, and when they go back to their own homes, they will be the elders. They will be able to share their experiences. We're basically all tourists on this planet. Eventually we will all be going home.
Where is home?
The stars.
Just us?
The stars.
The stars.
All of them have a stake here, some investments, interests. It's like a weird thing that's happened. A civilization has sent one volunteer to go and explore this crazy thing called Earth. Some have got stuck. And it's taken them a little while, and they come back and they're slightly broken, damaged, and traumatized. But we heal them, but we want to learn from the experiences.
Definitely. How do you heal them?
Each individual civilization has a way to be able to heal the fragmented souls. But it's about just understanding.
Understanding what?
The relatively simple but also intriguingly interesting existence of the human experience.
And when we go back, like elders to the stars, how are we going to put into place all of this knowledge that we've learned from Earth?
It's like a storage container. I don't know if we download our experiences onto something, but it's going to be like observed. It's like if you go to a museum and you go to a library and you see all of these books, the human experience for that being will be shelved into a book, but it will be the whole human experience of the whole, everything will be downloaded into that one book. And most civilizations or most beings kind of have some form of a library of all the different stuff. It's just like how when you go traveling and you buy a guide of the town or the country that you're traveling, it's kind of like a little souvenir. The whole human experience is collected for souvenirs for different civilizations. And of course, I'm not speaking about all of them because some don't care. Some are not invested. Others are. The more compassionate beings are. So that's why they are so here. That is why they are still here. That is why they are still helping.
Wow.
They actually just came for tourism. They actually just came to sightsee the earth and explore. It wasn't a really good location in the universe, and it got very busy.
Okay.
I think things changed, but I think some beings felt compassion more than others and more intrigue and interest.
Are they doing anything differently?
Sorry?
The beings that are feeling compassionate and more intrigued?
They're the ones that are just like watching over and having more direct contact with the planet, with some of the beings on the earth.
Okay.
More interactive. But not all the beings are aware of it.
No?
On earth, most are. That is why your lifetime you are, where you're just collecting your human body and bringing it up.
How do you do that?
How we travel. It's just, it's energetically.
And what happens after that?
We just download the information of all the emotions you're experiencing, all the stuff that's happening. Not just your own personal stuff, but everything you've ever been exposed to. It's like every time you connect with someone, even if it's just meeting them, even if it's just like walking past them, you collect all of their experience as well. You're like this magnet of information. So while we aren't necessarily interested in Edith's experiences in her lifetime, it's more the entire collection of all of the information that she collects from people.
And what information is being collected from people?
Just daily life, experiences, feelings, interactions, trauma, everything. It's everything. Yeah. But I find it very interesting, the actual information, that it's just trying to catalog what you guys are doing.